Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Being newly single and newly cheated on has been a whirlwind of ups and downs. Some days I'm ready to take on the world, but other days I'm sad, lonely, and just about to give up on humanity. The current landscape, or should I say wasteland, of gay dating doesn't really help either. But the truth is, I do value a deep one-on-one connection, and I want to find a life partner, especially while I'm still on the last legs of my mid-30s youth. Today, I'm going to talk about my latest strategy for navigating gay dating before I start to seriously date. My hope is that laying out my plan will help me get what I want out of a relationship instead of getting stuck in an easily preventable bad situation again. But first things first, the three holy categories of what a gay guy looks for on the apps: fun, friends, or a relationship. Even though you already know my ultimate goal is a relationship, I am looking for fun and friends too, both of which would be separate from a serious relationship. But I've learned recently that I really can't mix fun and friends. If I hook up with someone, I can't do datey hangouts with them, or else I'll start to feel like we're on a path to a relationship. If I want to be just friends, I can't be kissing or messing around with them either. It's fun or friends, not both. I've learned this the hard way with Peter, a Taiwanese guy I met on a finance dating site. Last month, after I broke up with Ray, but before I found out about his cheating, I decided to check out a finance dating website I had previously read about on Reddit. I thought, hey, I'll just create a quick profile so I can see the interface of the site, in case I ever want to use it. But no, before I knew it, 4 guys matched with me that night, and we started chatting. I already know that these sites and apps are front-loaded, so I didn't think that this was an ego boost or anything. My first match was with Peter, and he quickly messaged me to arrange a date. Peter was a year younger than I was and into board games, racket sports, and financial planning. He was also in California, about a 45-minute drive from me. Seemed like a great match, especially since my other 3 matches were in Oklahoma, Boston, and Singapore. I still remember the first date. We got soba at a Japanese restaurant near him, and we went back to his place to cuddle. While we were snuggling on the couch, I was asking questions about him, and he was enthusiastically elaborating about himself, but he never really showed the same curiosity about me. Then when we made our way to the bedroom, he seemed like he really wanted me to jerk him off, so I did. But afterward, he only asked, "Do you want me to jerk you off too?" Which was very obvious to me that he was only asking out of courtesy. I declined, especially since I was still thinking about Ray, whom I did not know cheated on me yet. Peter was also a bad kisser, so it was already pretty clear to me that I wouldn't want to date him. He wasn't really a truly caring, good-natured person, just a polite person. I wrote this all down, along with other observations, because I learned that I have to trust my gut impressions of people. A bunch of impressions and extrapolations from when I first met Ray all ended up being true. I went back to my journal and realized how much pain I could have saved myself had I trusted my gut more instead of listening to Ray's lies. I'm not saying I won't let others earn my trust in the future, but I do think I was always giving people the benefit of the doubt too liberally, at the expense of trusting my own intuitions, and I'm learning to balance this better. Anyway, I ended up going on 2 more dates with Peter before I told him I only wanted to be friends. I accidentally softened it by saying, just friends or something casual, and he agreed to it. But when we met again, he was still kissing me and being affectionate. So, on the next date, I was much clearer, saying that I just wanted to be platonic friends, no more kissing and stuff. The day after that, he admitted that he may not have been clear that he was interested in pursuing an exclusive relationship with me, and asked if I'd be open to try again. I declined. He asked if I could give him any specifics, even telling me not to hold back. I double-checked with him as to if he was really sure he wanted me to give him the details without holding back, and he said yes. So I explained what I felt was incompatible and different from what I was looking for. I also explained what I thought was compatible, and why it'd be great to stay friends. I thought he would take it well and write something nice back, thanking me for my honesty. But no, he said, "Appreciate the closure, dude." Dude? He never called me that before. And a short 4-word response after my sincere essay to him? He was obviously slighted and giving me shade. I didn't respond. I was honestly sad from this. But at the end of the day, it had to be done. And it was better that I friend-zoned him now instead of wasting more of his time. I learned that I don't need to give everybody my full honest opinions. I can be honest while keeping things light and friendly. I don't know anybody my inner deepest thoughts. What I felt was a favor and courtesy was received as an insult. So, why should I keep doing this disservice to myself? I'd rather be seen as a friendly person who would just rather be friends, instead of the guy who listed out all these incompatibilities and broke someone's heart. While I'll be honest, I don't need to be deep. I don't need to put myself at risk. My deepest thoughts are reserved for this channel, and whoever my partner is at any given time. And that's it. But before I get back into actually finding a partner, I'm going to just have some more fun on Grindr and cruisy Korean spas. And I'm not going to try to date anybody that I don't think will be a match. My plan now is to get hot first, build some muscles, get cut abs. I anticipate this to take about another month. Then I'll gradually try to make more gay friends in circles that match my interests, and then if I find anybody worth dating, I might shoot my shot. But I'll try to keep my hoeing separate from that, and I'll be extremely selective on who I shoot my shot with. Regardless of if I make friends or not, I'll also try the more serious dating apps once I'm hot. OkCupid, Coffee Meets Bagel, and Tinder. I'll probably get Tinder Gold, so I can save time by not having to swipe through garbage profiles and just match with the ones that I think have potential who have already swiped right on me. I'm going to be more selective about who I date and who I let myself fall in love with. They need to be good-natured and a good communicator, and there has to be mutual attraction and effort. I'm not going to play any games. Sure, if a hot guy comes around that isn't a relationship match, who's going to say I won't meet them for some fun? But I won't date them, and I'm not going to let myself suffer from not being able to set boundaries anymore. I'm not going to keep feeling sorry for myself anymore. But what about you? What kind of strategies do you have toward dating? Any feedback about mine? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Subscribe and ring that bell so you don't miss future ones. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.